Sports Hour. You're listening to Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. And Roger, I'm coming to you from St. Kitts, and
Wow, look at
you
you.
know,
Good morning, Ingle. Sunny Caribbean.
yeah, sunny. It's actually very hot. I went out I was fortunate yesterday to get around of golfing, and
Yeah,
it was steaming hot. But
wow. I think
it's
that's a good thing, right?
it's a good thing, and the good thing about it is the course is close to the ocean, so there was a nice breeze coming out.
Breeze. Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
so it
You
was
won't get that here in Canada, so but
no,
golf course by the ocean.
no, you won't get that at all. Maybe you have some of maybe some lakes here and there, but
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like that.
Not the Atlantic.
No, not at all. A lot's been happening in sports. So much to talk about. Some good stuff, some tragic stuff.
Yeah.
And but it's been a very busy week as usual. And
Lots going on for sure. Everywhere you look, there's something happening in sports.
there's something for sure happening everywhere. And it's a day when the king is and the queen has been the coronation
Yeah, the coronation.
has been
I think it just
is
finished or something, but it was
it
going
just
on.
finished. Yeah. Yeah, I remember someone asked me last night if I'm gonna get up and watch it, and I said no, I'm not that interested.
It,
Not to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. No.
no, well, not even at 9 o'clock. But I mean, I know it's happening. I haven't really taken a look
Mhm.
at it, but it seems like a lot of people showed up for it. So I guess
Yes.
it was good that way.
Yeah, I did. I had a look at it and I saw some huge crowds. So
Yeah,
maybe, and some English friends of mine been sending me messages on WhatsApp and stuff. So
yeah.
yeah, they're quite into it.
You know what though? I think if you're in England or you're Commonwealth, there's a lot of interest, and it is a major event. So not putting
Hmm.
it down or anything, it is a major event that we should all take a look at. Maybe not
Yeah,
spend 6 hours on it, but I mean, we should all give it an eye.
yeah, I did. I had a quick look at it. As you said, not spend 6 hours because some of the stuff is very traditional English,
Yeah, yeah,
church, Catholic kind of thing. But yeah, definitely it was pretty good. A great occasion. I mean, I
absolutely.
don't
Yep, yep.
what over 70 years before it was the last
I
one.
know, I know. He
Yeah,
was he was 4 when it happened, and now he's 74. So it's a long,
yeah,
long time.
a very long time ago. Yeah,
He's a patient man.
very patient for sure. But besides the coronation, the football still goes on in England. Some
Yeah,
matches today,
they're not stopping
and
for this.
they're not stopping for that for sure. And then you've got cricket. You've got Formula One in Miami, and
Yeah, that looks like they're all excited about being in Miami to drive in that race. It's awesome. Well, I mean, it's yeah. I guess it's a nice place to be to have
yeah,
a Formula One race.
it's a nice place, and all the stars really go out to watch
Yep,
this in Miami. And
all the big stars are there. So
yeah,
I'm thinking that maybe next year I'll probably find my way down there too. It looks like it's a good place to be.
yeah, it's really great to have it back in the US. And
Yes, yes.
but Hamilton's still not happy because he said the car. He says the practice pace is a kick in the guts. It's really slow. I think he was seventh, and
Yeah,
his teammate was 15th. So
they're struggling, and it's I wouldn't say it's unfair to them, but I mean, there's not much they can do. Like I've watched a little parts of some of the races, and they have great opportunities to win and all of that, but the car is just not fast enough.
no,
that's,
the car
that's
is just not fast enough.
that's the bottom line.
And they're promising overall
They
for
are.
the next race that the car should be much different. So
They've been saying that, and they seem to have flashes of it, but it's not been consistent as yet. I think,
mhm.
I don't know. I think maybe next year they'll be better, but the season has started. They're gonna get better as it goes along, but I don't think they're gonna catch up to the Red Bull guys this year.
No, Hamilton was almost a full second. He was
Yeah,
0.928 seconds slower.
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
that's miles and miles.
miles behind. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's be a miracle if he finishes in the in the top five in
He
this
probably
race record.
he's gonna make the top just because of his driving skills,
His
but
drivers, yeah,
yeah, but maybe not top three.
he won't be on the grid for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Very
He's not
difficult.
gonna have the. You wouldn't have the pole position, I say.
Yes, he
So
wouldn't
no,
be up there at all. But
yeah.
you know what? it's tough for him because everybody's saying what's going to happen to him next year. And it's very interesting to see if they're going to let him go or if he says he wants to stay, but I
Yeah,
think they're going to get new car, new drivers next year. But let's see if they actually do
yeah. I don't think they will. I think
it.
he will. I think he'll stick around.
Well, he says he will, and I actually believe him on that. I'm not sure if Mercedes though. They've been acting a little sketchy, as my daughter would say, sketchy. So I
Yeah,
don't
they
know. I don't know what they're up to.
yeah they have been actually, and they're not saying a lot.
No,
They're just
they're saying nothing. They seem to just be looking and eyes wide open, but saying nothing. So we
correct.
don't know. We don't know.
Other sports going on, tennis, Roger, and your guy is no more a teenager, Alcaraz.
He's now 20. Wow, look at
He's now
him.
20. Yeah, but he went on his birthday yesterday.
He did. He
Yeah,
did. Big
so
credit to him. I mean, he's doing well. I think he's finding the consistency that I'm looking for. So, in Madrid, I mean, he beat Borna Corky
yeah,
to move on to the final. So that's a way to celebrate your birthday, right? Move to the final at
that's
Madrid Open.
of course that's the best way to do it. And he did it. He played some good tennis. And I was
Yes.
speaking to a friend of mine here, and she's an avid tennis friend, and she said she just wanted to give somebody else a chance. But I said, why should he?
Exactly. But they've been saying that for a while now that he's much better than everybody else, but it hasn't really shown. I can't look and say, oh, he has won 4 majors or he has won it. He hasn't really dominated as yet, but he seems to be trending towards becoming the dominant player there.
Yeah, he's trending to that way. But as you said, he has not really. Yeah.
Now,
So,
let's see if he can win this French Open. I mean, that's a big one coming up next. And he may be lucky because the man that owns that tournament, I don't think he's going to make it. I mean, he's saying he's going to make it, but Rafael Nadal, he's withdrawing again as his injury just
yeah,
continues, right? So if Nadal is there in the French, you just never know. But it doesn't look like he's going to be there. Or if he's there, it wouldn't be at 100%. So I'm looking forward to see if Alcaraz can show just how good he is by taking the French Open as it comes up at the end of the month.
yeah, he's gonna have to go. Nadal is not there. He's probably gonna have to go to Djokovic, who does not give up easily either. So,
No, he doesn't. But
it's,
French is the clay is not his best court.
yeah. And the final goes tomorrow, as you said.
Yep.
And Alcaraz and is it Struff from
Yep.
Germany?
Yep.
And the other
I think he's
person.
gonna win this easily, in my opinion. But you never know. They got to play
Yeah,
the game.
they gotta play the game for sure. And
Yeah.
Swiatek just moving through like
Yeah.
women's side.
Yeah. And I think I've been saying that. I don't know. I like having dominant players around, and I think those are the two that are going to dominate for a bit. So I take on the girls' side and Alcaraz on the boys' side. But let's see if they can actually hold up their end of the bargain.
Yes, that would be good to see. So some good tennis coming up in a couple of days, Roger, and NBA's finals, some
Oh
playoffs.
my! You know
That's
what? It's
heating
been
up.
exciting. Have you been watching?
Yeah, I've been watching. Yeah, and it's been exciting. And as you
So,
said,
some great games, man. Some really great games and great
some
matchups.
some good matchups. Sorry to see for Miami they were without their star player. Um,
I don't know.
mm,
I wouldn't be surprised if he plays today. He, I mean, Jimmy Butler is the man. I will say this:
yeah,
he is
Butler.
the
Yeah,
man. But I think he could have. Some people were saying he probably could have played the last game, but they wanted to make sure that he has enough to go the whole season. So let's see. I think if he's not there, it's going to be a problem for them. But I think he will be there.
yeah. I think he's gonna have to play if they're gonna win
Yes.
because
Yes.
can't just sit out. New
No,
York is series tied 1-1.
I
You want to
know.
win some games.
Well, when I was watching some of those previews to these games, and it took me back to the 90s and early 2000s between these two, the Heat and the Knicks. I don't know if you used to watch it at that time. And
Hmm.
Alonzo Mourning got into fights, and
Yes.
it was very, very passionate, those two, whenever they met, Pat Riley, and it was like a war. That wasn't a game, that was real, true war on the court. And it's not like that now, but the history is there. And I'm sure one of them wants to say, I'm still winning.
Yeah. They yeah, it's been some good tough basketball. And as you said, back in those days, those are the days I really watched a lot
Oh
of
yes, oh
basketball.
yeah. I used to watch almost every game,
Yeah,
and I love the Knicks at that time, so I used to watch a lot of these Knicks Heat battles, man. And it was something else, you know. It brought back great memories watching those highlights the other day.
for sure. It did. In
But
hockey, the other series,
yeah, but
the
even
one
so,
that's the key one is the great is Golden
you,
State and Lakers. That's
yeah, you know what though? Before we go west, let's finish up the east because
the East. Yeah, okay.
yeah, Celtics is taking on Philadelphia, and
And Boston
Embiid,
2-1,
Embiid
right?
just got MVP for the for the whole NBA
Yes.
season, right? So I think everybody's pumped about that. But I watched the game most of the game last night between them and the Celtics sort of have their ticket. You know, they've been playing really well, and they look like if they continue like this, they may be on their way back to the finals again because they have a great all-around team. What I noticed, but I still believe Philly's going to find a way to take them on. Embiid is just coming back. He was gassed and quite often, like you could see him just no energy left. But Philly's a good team. The problem
A
I think
good
is
team.
Harden. Harden was having a really bad game, and they said it started becoming his reputation to not show up
Hmm.
in the playoffs. So if he doesn't show up, they're going to lose. But if he does, with Embiid there and him, they should beat the Celtics. But it's turning out to be this game. I think is going to go all the way to seven. I think both of them, Heat and Knicks, and Celtics
And
and Philly.
Boston, yeah.
I think they're all going to go to 7 games.
I was actually I was actually going to mention the Harden because I've never seen him. He's always dominated during the season, but
Yeah,
playoff time, I've never seen him do the same. And I'm looking for him for some leadership because he's a great player and he's a good shooter. So
you know
you'd
what though?
think that
I'm going to
him
temper
and
that.
Embiid.
I'm going to temper that great player statement because great players show up in the playoffs,
I guess so.
and
Well,
he's not showing up.
so
Like
he's a
a
great
regular season guy.
regular season great player. Then, but come to the playoffs, we
He's
don't
not
see the
showing
same.
up.
No, we don't see
If you
that.
watch it last night, it's like what? Because I think he went like 3 for like 18 or something like that.
Yeah,
It was just horrible watching him. He was just missing all. In the end, he had like 2 baskets, but he didn't have a good game at all, and he made some stupid fouls as well. So he could be their
right.
problem, not there to help. He could be not an asset anymore. But we'll see.
Yeah, okay. He's gonna have to show up if they're gonna win because
For sure.
you can't be showing up in a playoff and just getting a few points.
Yeah,
And
I know. I know,
this
but I
is,
got new respect for Jason Tatum. I think he was awesome last night. You know,
mhm,
the energy that Boston brought, they were just getting to the balls faster and everything. So they look good. They look like a solid team that is working hard, and that's what you need in the playoffs.
right. So just all around help from everyone and for Boston last night. So
Yes, yes,
his
yes.
contributions coming from everyone, so it was pretty good.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but out west, as you
Yeah, out
mentioned
west.
before, yeah,
Hmm.
I know you're the Lakers guy, right?
Oh yeah, I'm true to the Lakers. I never liked the Lakers growing up, but because I like LeBron and he's there.
LeBron. Okay.
Back in the day with Magic and Kareem and stuff, I was not a big Laker fan.
Okay. In the
Although
80s,
I thought they were a good team, but
they
no.
were. They
Yeah.
certainly were. That's for sure. But I don't know. I think this series, as I say, it's Lakers against Warriors, but it's really Steph Curry and LeBron.
And LeBron, yeah.
That's the two. But I think the supporting players are key here. 'Cause for me, Anthony Davis is a huge, huge player. I
Hmm.
think he's extremely talented. And we're just going to see who the Warriors are going to throw back. Is it going to be Clay Thompson? He went off the last game. If he
Right.
does, they're going to be hard to beat. So I think, that matchup out there is it's a lot of star power. That series is a lot of star power. And honestly, it can go any way. I think LeBron, as your guy, he's my guy too. And I think he's going to find a way to step up. But Steph Curry, Steph Curry,
Steph Curry is special, and as you
extra
said,
special.
Anthony Davis. Because game one, he came. He had 30 points in game one,
Yes.
and he didn't have too many points in the second game. So you can
Yeah.
see the big difference there. Even LeBron stepped up and had 20 odd points.
Points. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I
If
think
Davis shows up, the
both
Lakers
of
have a
them,
good chance to win. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I've been watching him
And,
since he was playing for Kentucky in the
mm,
NCAA's, and every time this guy, when he's on, he dominates. No matter who he's playing against, he always dominates when he's on.
yeah, and then that game is basically both of them. I didn't realize until watching the series, that both of them have 4 rings. Stefan at
Yes,
the front.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who's
Yeah,
gonna go
so
five first?
go five first. Yeah.
But you know what though, honestly, and I think I said
But
this earlier on a couple of weeks ago. I don't think who wins that series is gonna win the West, but a lot of people are saying that now that they think who wins this is gonna win the West. But I think that other series between Phoenix and
and
Denver,
Denver.
I
Hmm.
think I think at this point in time in their life, there are better teams than those other two. The other two just have a lot of star power in terms of names, but they're aged. The other two teams are younger, fitter, faster, all of that stuff. So Denver's looking good. I mean, Phoenix pegged back one
Phoenix
last
came
night.
back last night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so let's see how that one goes. If Kevin Durant is going to finally show up, people are saying he won when he was playing with Steph Curry and he can't do it without him. Let's see.
Hmm.
He has Booker. Let's see if he can do it. But Denver
Yeah.
has Jokic and Jamal
Well,
Murray, and those guys have a lot of energy, man.
most of the points came from both of those two guys last
Yeah,
night.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
It's gonna some huge series. All four games are really, really, really good games. At first, I was sort of blowing off, the Heat's Knicks, but that's a
mhm.
good game now, and everything is just
it's
great.
yeah, it's been
Everything's
a
just
good
great.
series so far. Sure. So
NBA is going
we'll,
to be interesting to go going forward.
yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. And our beloved Leafs.
Toronto's
And
favorite team.
yeah, so,
So I'm sure you must be sitting there
the-
saying, I listened to Roger a few weeks ago, and he said the Leafs are going all the way to the finals, and
yeah,
I'm gonna shock you today because I still believe they are.
you still
Well,
think they'll come back from the two
yeah,
nothing?
yeah. I
Okay.
think the Panthers went on a roll, and if you really check it out, they've won 5 games in a row
Hmm.
in the playoffs against Boston and now Toronto. So they're over. Well, they're playing over their limits, I would say. I know they're going home. I think they're going to fall back. I think the Leafs are going to win on Sunday. I think that extra day actually helps the Leafs more than it helps the Panthers. I think they're going to win and they're going to find a way to win the series. I'm a little worried about what I see Carolina doing. So let's see if they could get that far. But for now, I think they have a great shot.
So
Great.
you
I think
think
they're better than the Panthers. I think they're better. But I mean, I don't know if you agree with that.
I watched a bit of the second game. I didn't see much of the first game, and I thought they'll come back and tie the game at some point. But
Yeah.
as you said, they're gonna get. So you're calling it for a 4-2 or 4-3 series?
This one is looking at may go 4-3. The Leafs have
4-3,
if you notice, they have been winning really well
really
on
cool.
the road.
On the road, yeah,
They're not winning so much at home. So I think if they can find a way to take the two down there, they will they will have to find a way to win game seven
yeah. They probably will have to do that. Yeah, and that game seven will be at home, right?
at home. So they'll have to find a way to win at
To
home.
win at home, yeah.
But
And
for
I'm
now,
sure they
I
will.
think
The fans.
oh, they broke the hearts of the fans the other day. So who knows? But
Hmm.
let's see. But there's a lot of hype. But if there's a game seven here, I think they're gonna have to shut down the entire city. I think not just downtown. I think the entire city would have to be shut down.
Yeah, the whole city will be shut down for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
that's an excellent series.
yeah. So we'll keep an eye on the hockey and the other series that's going on,
Go ahead.
and we'll just talk some cricket quickly because I want to get
Lots of
into the
cricket. Lots of cricket,
lots of
man.
cricket, but
Yeah.
I want to get into the track and field because that's heating up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
smoking hot.
it is, yeah, for sure. And cricket, the IPL ongoing still, and the early morning game, a very easy win for CSK over Mumbai Indians. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, so CSK, Mumbai 139 for 8,
Hmm.
and CSK 140 for 4.
Easy win.
And easy win, and Dhoni still captaining and winning some games. And
That's my boy.
yeah, he's batting low down though. He came
Six.
in at 6 today, but before he
Yeah.
was batting 7 and 8.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but he came in at 6 today to be there to help the team win.
Yeah, I think he's good at six at his age. I think he should be comfortable there.
He should be comfortable, and Dwayne Bravo must be happy because he's the bowling coach there.
Oh,
And to restrict the
Mumbai.
strong lineup of Mumbai to 139.
Yeah, that's a really low score in
Yeah,
these days.
and you have guys like Cameron Green, Rohit Sharma. I'm
Yeah.
surprised today to actually Rohit Sharma batted at number 3. He switched around and Cameron
Oh,
Green opened, and he came at
interesting.
number 3. So and you
Interesting.
have Sir Kumar Yadav, who everyone thought was going to be the next world beater, but he's
Yeah.
just fallen off quite a lot.
Yeah, he's having a bad stretch.
He's having a bad stretch for sure. The other game ongoing now just started at 10 o'clock is the RCB and Delhi
Yeah.
Capitals, and Faf to Plessis with Virat Kohli. They are now 31 without loss.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that game, but the table is interesting and
It's tight.
it's
It's a
tight.
tight,
It's
tight table.
yeah, it's a bunch of teams there. Up to number seven, up to number eight actually still have a chance.
Chance. Exactly.
You
It's
know,
anybody's game right now.
yeah, it is, and it's just surprising to see the game this week that surprised me the most. Roger was I almost wondered, the word the sellout comes to my mind sometimes, but I don't think they do. I
I
don't
hope
think they
not.
can. Because that game with KKR and Sunrisers, there's no way Sunrisers should have lost that game.
I know.
They were cruising, and then all of a sudden, they just couldn't get. They lost by 5 runs. So
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Sellout is. I don't know. But yeah, you never know. You
I don't
never
want
know.
to say sellout,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it was.
yeah,
But that's
but
one
to
of
lose
those
like that,
games. Yeah.
some low scoring games too, and during the weekend, surprising the results because like I think was the early game where there's a score of 120, 130
Hmm.
by DC. And Gujarat Titans, who's leading the tables, they couldn't get to 130. They got
Yeah.
125 for six.
Yeah. That's something not right
And,
there. I must say because those are not scores you'd see in the IPL.
and RCB the day before 126, and they ball out to LSG, they Lucknow Stars for 108. And
Yeah.
that one caused Virat Kohli and Gambia to lose their full match fees because they had got at it after each other after the game.
Really?
So yeah,
Wow. Wow.
so
Things are
no love
tense over
lost.
there.
It is that tense, yeah. So no love lost there at all.
That's for sure. Wow.
So IPL, sorry, ongoing, and we will probably getting down to the final stages.
Yep.
I think 4 more matches each.
Yeah. We see how it flushes out because, as you said, 8 teams are right there with a shot. So let's see who
Hmm.
comes out of it.
Yeah, we'll see how that ends up. Um, the Headley Weeks. Did you watch any of that?
Well, I looked at the highlights. I saw some of it, and it was interesting to see. The academy were the winners
The
overall. So,
winners overall, yeah.
so it was like the academy was supposed to be there for experience, and they actually won the whole thing. So I'm not sure if that's a message that is being sent, but it was interesting for sure.
I don't think the players put the kind of don't, they weren't as the kind of energy and stuff you saw from the players when they represent their country. It's not the same when
It's
they
not.
played in the series.
It's not. It's not.
So as just to the Headley Weeks, the youngsters won. We saw a couple of good scores there in the tournament.
Yeah.
Um, from actually from that side, from the academy side,
Yeah. Was it
and
Kurt McKenzie?
Mackenzie, yeah,
Yeah, he went off, man.
and yeah, double century.
Yeah, that's a big score, and it got him
Yeah.
on the bus in his 18, so it was well
Hmm.
worth it.
It was worth it for sure. And yeah, as you said, the A team has been selected. And surprised there to me in the selection of the A team from this is the silver.
As
That's
captain,
that's captain.
I was a little
No,
confused by that.
yeah,
I was
and
going to ask about that. What happened there? How did he get it?
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see this. I mean, he's not even vice captain of Trinidad.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, you've got guys like Alec Athanaze who captain Windward to a second place, a
I
close
know.
second place, and that's because Leeward Islands lost that game surprisingly that they
Yeah,
didn't win. And
yeah,
you've got other guys like Brandon King with
I know.
experience. So sort of
I
surprised there.
I was quite surprised, I must say. I thought Athanase would have probably gotten it, but
Hmm.
yeah, I'm a little shocked with that. I mean, it's a strong team. Don't get me wrong. I think
That's
in
a
terms of
strong team.
you
It's a
know,
good team.
I'm happy to see that they've come together with a team like this, and I'm pretty sure they're going to make their presence felt over there. But I I don't even know what to say. I mean, I'm happy that Brandon King is there. At
Yeah,
the end of the day, it's weird to see the captain.
captain. Yeah, and that's the comments from most fans that
Yeah,
they're surprised. Something
yeah.
that they're pushing him too much that he's going to captain West Indies one day,
I don't
and
think
that's
so.
what they're pushing. But I don't think so.
I don't
I
think so.
think
But You
Yeah,
know,
but the full team is Joshua the Silva captain, Alec Athanaze, Yannick Caraya, Casey Carty,
yeah,
Tijnarin Chandapal.
yeah.
That's
And Shannon Paul is there and
who's
King, so
there.
that's a strong
Yeah,
opening batsman pair.
yeah. Tevin Imlach, who I like, the Guyanese. I think
Okay,
he's a good player. Akeem Jordan, he went to the West Indies on the last test tour.
I saw that,
Brandon King, I think he should be playing all three formats for West
and he
Indies.
wants to, based on what he's been saying. He says it felt
Yeah,
good to be out there, just with no stress of how fast to go.
exactly.
So he was
And
excited about that.
then Jay McAllister, Zachary McCasty, Kirk McKenzie, as you mentioned,
Yeah,
Gudakesh Moti gets another chance. He's played some test matches.
he
Anderson
has.
Phillip coming
Yep,
back from injury. So,
he
and
was an interesting one because he was looking as if he could be good.
yeah, he's decent. Yeah, he's looking good. Raymond Reef is a surprise to me too because he's been around
He's
for a long time.
he's
And
another one I couldn't get either.
yeah, I couldn't get that. And Kevin Sinclair, I think, is a good pick. He's turning out to be a more of a batsman to me
I'm surprised at that too,
than
but he's all rounder, I guess. But yeah,
he's a.
he's a solid pick though.
But he actually, in an interview, said the first time he went to a Guyana under 19 trial, he went as an opening bat.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah,
that I
and
didn't
then
know.
I didn't know that either. And then he played in the team as a batsman, and then in league cricket he started to bowl off
Yeah,
spin, and so you
he's
hear
decent.
stories of that. Decent player, yeah. So that's
Yeah,
the West Indies team, and they should do well. That tour starts on the 16th, the first match against
yeah.
Bangladesh. So
That's coming up what next weekend or just after next week?
just after next week, yeah, that should be a good one.
It is.
Some other matches been played. New Zealand and Pakistan, the ODIs. Pakistan have already won the series, but
Yeah.
there's a fifth match to go tomorrow. And winning that series, Pakistan is now the number one ranked ODI team. In
Wow. Look at
yeah,
that. Look at
yeah.
that. That's a
So
surprise. But you know,
that's a
they're good when they decide to be good, so I shouldn't be totally surprised.
yeah. It's yes. Pakistan, as you said, they can be great, and the next day they can be the worst team.
Yeah, they're number one now. They could be number five in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
yeah.
they're just up and down. But when they're good, they're really, really good.
Yeah, so they've taken over Australia as number one, which is
Yeah,
good. So that final game goes tomorrow.
yeah,
Ireland and Sri Lanka. That test series was done. Sri Lanka won that series
yeah.
2-0, and that the ODIs start month tomorrow actually.
Tomorrow. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, Sri
that
Lanka
go.
should dominate, I think.
Yeah, they should dominate. And couple of things in the news and notes. As I said, Ireland May 9th, sorry, not tomorrow. That series starts tomorrow, May 9th.
Mhm.
And during the Headley Weeks series, Versami Permal, who's been a bit of an underachiever at the higher level, he took
Yeah.
his 600th first class wicket. He had 3 for 16 in that game against in that game. So
You know what I've always wondered, when you see these stats and it's like, oh my God, 600 wickets, he's awesome. But how many times did he play for the West Indies and how well did he do? It's just
he's not done well playing for the West
no.
Indies.
I know, and he didn't get a lot of chances either. And Nikita Miller started the same, where they have a ton of wickets, first
Yeah,
class wickets, but not at the highest level.
that's so true. And Nikita Miller, I think he only played maybe 2 test
Two test
matches.
matches, yeah. With all his
And
stats, he only got two.
yeah, he never really got that chance to
Oh,
play. And
no,
Permal played 9 test matches,
yeah,
and he had 31 wickets and at an average of 38.16. So,
yeah.
nah,
We'll see.
yeah. And
Yeah.
and the women's the CG Insurance Super 50 stats on Monday. So
Right where you are, right in your
right in
backyard,
St.
right?
Kitts, yeah, I'll probably get a chance to see a couple of games.
I was thinking that's why you're there to
No,
what?
it's
No?
coincidence actually because I didn't even know it was going to be in St. Kitts
Oh,
initially when
okay.
I planned to come.
Oh,
But
that Ingle, eh? Look at him. He's gone to watch the cricket and didn't tell us.
I've never seen the women play, so I have a good chance to see that. I'm going to probably see 2 days of the tournament,
Okay, okay.
and then yeah,
Well, your friend
so,
Stephanie Taylor is back with the Jamaica team there, so let's see.
yeah, she's back with the team. Yeah,
Say hi to her for me.
I will definitely do that. So look forward to seeing those games and see how they go.
Absolutely. I had a question for you though, outside of
Hmm.
this, no other news and notes. So the settling of this wrongful dismissal claim with Courtney Brown and Ellen Baptiste, is it
Hmm.
the right decision that was made on this one?
I think so because West Indies, what they did is the reason for dismissing them was that they were commanding an inquiry into the selection process and everything,
Hmm.
and they hadn't started it yet. No one was appointed at the
Oh,
point. So that
okay.
was the mistake. They appointed a panel first, and so the panel suggested that you should.
Suggested this. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So I think the West Indies made as soon as those two gentlemen, Skerritt and Shallow, got in, they fired them
okay.
before doing it.
Before,
Yeah. So yeah, unlike the coaching staff, that
yeah,
was different.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
another one other big news that I forgot, Roger, and I don't know how you feel about that, but Rodman Powell is
That's what I
leaving.
wanted to talk about. I'm shocked. I'm
Yeah.
blown out. I sat down
He's
for like
leaving.
5 minutes. I'm like, are these people mad? This
Yeah,
is
like I
madness.
couldn't, and the trade that they made for Walsh, I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
It makes absolutely no
Yeah,
sense at all.
and
I'm still in shock, to tell the truth.
I went to just digging deeper into it to see if maybe because sometimes you're playing IPL with one team and the owner is the owner of the CPL team. So I
Okay.
checked to see if it was the same person, but it's not the same person.
Wow.
So I don't know where that one came from.
I'm
It's
just blown. How could you trade your captain who won the tournament?
one.
I'm just lost.
Yeah, I was totally shocked. And
I'm just not happy.
no disrespect to Walsh, but
No,
I can't see that as a fair trade.
it's
Un, unless the Talos are looking to get some salary cut,
that's the only thing I
get a
could think of.
bigger player. That's the only thing I
I
can
can only
think.
think of it's saving money here so they could get.
To come,
But I don't think
yeah,
anybody's bigger than Rahman Paul right now in the West Indies. So how I still don't get it.
I don't know.
I still,
And the thing about it is, when this happened, there seemed to be no communication because there was an interview with the CEO of the Talos.
hmm.
And he denied it. He said he don't know anything about that. That's not he didn't. And the news guy from Sportsmag told him, well,
Oh, by the way,
that's
buddy,
but yeah,
this is out there now, man.
but he had no clue.
That is sad.
So yeah, it is very sad. But
Very, very sad. And honestly, I'm not happy about that trade. I am not happy.
I don't think any fans of Talos or
Hello.
anybody in general, you'll be wondering, puzzled about a trade such as that.
It was puzzling to say the
Yeah.
least. To say the least.
Yeah, so that's it for cricket. It's 10:32. You're listening to Love Bay Afrobeats music talk radio with the England Roger Sports Hour and Roger. Wow, track and field. A lot's happening.
Oh yeah, a lot is going on. A lot is going on in track and field, and the Diamond League kicked off. So when the Diamond League starts, that's your track and field season kicking off right there.
Yeah,
There have been races before, but it's all about getting to the Diamond League, and it started yesterday over there in Doha. Always the first meet of the year, and the big matchup coming in was that 100-meter women between Shakari Richardson, USA, Sharika Jackson from Jamaica, and Dina Asher Smith from Britain, and a lot was expected in that race, and we got it all. Ingle,
you
as
got it.
Shakari Richardson has been saying a lot. She hasn't been saying a lot this year, but usually she talks a lot and a lot of attitude. But she's always been beaten by the Jamaicans in general. So Sharika Jackson, she started off as the world leader, 1082, coming in, but Shakari took her on, and in my opinion, she destroyed her. She
Yes,
she she floated by her as if she wasn't even there. It's like, whoa, that's Sharika walking by. That's Sharika walking down. So
yeah.
Shakari Richardson won 1076 to Sharika Jackson's 1085. Dina Asher Smith was third in 1098. But I love Shakari. I love her energy and all of that. And when she
Hmm.
won, she was just kneeling down on the track saying, Shakari, Shakari. I was like,
Yeah,
this girl is something else. But
yeah,
it was
and
an awesome victory.
a different Shikari too. There was no blonde hair or colored
Nope,
hair or nothing, no flashy
nothing.
makeup.
Nothing. She was just a
No.
normal Shakari now. And
Yeah.
she's performing. And I think there's always a lot of talk, but honestly, I think this was a huge statement that she made here.
It is a huge statement. The time that she did, and people were saying we need it, but I think you mentioned it's around a 1070.
Yeah, it was 10-7, and she's
Yeah,
backed it up here.
yeah, she
So
had.
forget that 10-5. This is the 10-7, and it's
Yeah,
genuine and it's real. But she not only did it, she did it beating Sharika Jackson, the world leader.
I know,
And
and
everyone is expecting Sharika to break the social media world record this year. So she's in great shape, and she has shown it. So huge victory here. Huge
hmm
victory. And at this point in time, which Jamaican is going to really beat her? That's going to be the question now.
well, yeah, I was looking at a lot of comments, and now people are not. They're now saying, "Well, she can't beat the Shelly Ann." So,
Yeah, it's only
but
down to one because the lady's not doing so well. So
yeah,
okay, and she's beating Sharika. So is it just her and Shelly now? I don't know.
it's gonna be a good race.
Interesting year ahead of us. But yeah, it's someone says it's great to see Shakari's legs doing the talking finally.
Yeah,
So
instead of her,
instead of her,
her mouth. Yeah,
because her mouth goes at a mile at the minute. But yeah, she is looking really, really. I was impressed with her performance. Quite impressed. So let's see how the year goes for her. On the men's side, though, the 200 was to be the big race. Two Canadians were in there: Andre DeGrasse, Olympic champion, and Aaron Brown, the finalists, double finalists at the Olympics and the World Championships. So, but he was going up against Fred Curley, Michael Norman, and Kenny Bednarek from the USA, and very good race. Again, another impressive win by Fred Curley.
Curly,
He
yeah.
just stepped by them down the straight, and he looked devastating. Actually,
His finishing speed was
oh,
great.
it was like no contest when he got into
Yeah,
gear. So it's like, whoa, 19.92 to win. Kenny Bednarek was second in 20.11 with Canadian Aaron Brown third, 20.20. Andre Gas was sixth, 20.35. He's getting better, but I don't know. He looks like he's a little off. I don't know. He always catches up when it really matters. So it's early. Championships is in August. But for right now, Fred Curley is a few steps ahead of him, I must say. Quite a few steps, actually. Other victories, Rai Benjamin, he looked good in the 400-meter hurdles, and he almost lost the race in the end. He was leading comfortably, and then he got challenged, and he barely won in 47.7. My favorite 1500-meter runner now, Faith Kipyegon from Kenya, she was really good winning that 1500-meter race. Paulino from Dominican Republic, she was
hmm
awesome taking the 400 meters race as well, 50.5. While Jerome Blake from Canada, so he didn't run so well last weekend in Botswana, but he came back here and ran in the 100-meter race, the B race for men, and yeah, 10.11 to win there. So Canada has three good runners right now doing really, really well on the circuit. So Doha's behind us, but a very, very, very exciting meet yesterday over there in Qatar. But last weekend we had some really fast running as well, Ingle, and lots of names are out there, and Julian Alfred is there again.
And Alfred, yeah.
Yeah,
And
she won the 100 meters over there in Texas, running 10.95, defeating her teammate Kevona Davis and another Jamaican, Ashanti Moore. But those two actually went down. It's so funny because a few years ago, this was supposed to be the matchup at Boys and Girls Championships in Jamaica. Kevona Davis against Ashanti Moore. It did not happen because of COVID. Now, they both ran yesterday in a race, and they had the same time, both did 11.14, with Kevona beating Ashanti by 4,000th of a second. So it was really like a nose there. But it was good to see both of them back and running well. But the winner, St. Lucia's Julian Alfred, and she's just looking awesome. And I think if she continues, a lot of people are saying she's running too many races. We'll see. But if she continues, she's going to be that mix between Shakari, Shelly, and Sharika. Her name is going to be called too. Julian Alfred is going to be
Julian
that
Alfred.
mix. She's going to be that mix.
I just actually saw that the St. Lucia gave her a diplomatic passport.
They did, and they've
Yeah,
given her, they're giving her the whole,
the whole
whole
everything
country. They're giving
country.
her the whole
Yeah,
country. And you
yeah,
know what? No, they don't have. I think this is the first I've had somebody as huge as she is. So everything she gets, I think she totally deserves, though.
yeah. The prime minister said whatever she needs to do good training, she
Whatever.
will. Yeah,
Whatever, Inga.
whatever. Yeah,
She wants a Benz, give her a Benz. She wants a
yeah.
Benz, whatever she wants, whatever she needs. Make her comfortable, make her happy. And I agree with that. She's done a lot and she loves her country. And she totally deserves whatever she gets. Also over there in Texas, though, one of my favorite runners, Gabby Thomas, she finally ran a 400. I mean, one of the races that converted me to her was like, I think it was 2018. She ran a 4x4 at Penn's, where she got the button like 50 meters behind and she won the race spitting 49.4. And yes, last weekend she ran 49.68, a huge personal best for her in the 400 meters. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with her. She's a 200-meter runner, but 49.68 is no joke. So let's see if she's going to run more 400s this year. It's going to be very interesting to see. Another Jamaican though, O'Brien Wason, he was there also and he won a triple jump in 16.80 meters. But this young kid, not sure if you've heard of him, 18-year-old Isam Asinga. I spoke a little bit
Hmm.
about him last week because he defeated Noah Lyons in 100 meters.
Right.
And
Yes.
he came back and now he runs 19.97 to break Noah Lyons' record. So he beat him one week, came back and broke his record the next week. So he ran 9.89, wind assisted. Let's see what he does with the
Is
win.
is he American? Because I've been some people say American, and then I've seen some comments where others are claiming he's African. Wow.
He is. I'm not sure who he's going to represent. Right now, he's going to high.
Okay.
He's going to
Oh,
high
he's in
school.
high school. Okay.
Yeah, in America. So I will say he's American, but I have to double check for sure who he's going to represent. They're owning him right now, the US.
Hmm.
So, but I'm not sure if he's going to go with them or not. I think he's Nigerian, I think, but I have to double check. I'll double check and let you
He'll have to make that decision, I guess. Of
know.
who?
He really, it's a big decision though.
Yeah.
Big decision. As well, we also saw Adeja Hodge from the British Virgin Islands. She's a superstar from the Carifta Games a couple of years ago, and a lot is expected of her. She was second in the 100 on 11.11 and came back in the 200 on in 22.31 wind assisted. Now, when you hear me talk these times, she's only 17, Ingle. 17
Yeah.
year old.
That's so. I was actually just thinking all these young people running so fast.
Yeah,
Like
17,
yeah,
18 is like,
17,
what
18.
is
Yeah.
going on here? So
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, let's see how that goes. Another meet last weekend, we also had the LSU invite where Aliyah Hobbs, she ran 11.04, and she's pretty consistent. She's not really losing her races. She's
Hmm.
winning comfortably. Let's see how she does. If she can put her name into that mix with the Shelly Ann and all those names,
She's
because
gonna have to run 10-7.
she's going to have to run maybe 10, even maybe faster.
Maybe
so,
faster, yeah.
so let's see. But I think of all the Americans, I think she's the one that can. Well, Shakari's there now, so I think Shakari's back. I think both Shakari and herself
Well,
can go 10-6 this year. I'm believing. I wouldn't be surprised if they both did to challenge the Jamaicans. So let's see how she does as the year goes on. Young Jamaican Akira Nugent, she won the 100 meter hurdles in 12.52 meet record. So she's flying. She's a young kid who is just doing amazing stuff. Another Jamaican, I think he's 17, going on to 18, Jaden Hibbert, world junior champion, record holder, all of that stuff. He jumped 17.17 to win the triple jump. And a lot is expected. I would not be surprised if this guy goes to the World Championships this year and does really, really well. It's unusual, Ingle, for a school to be getting the athlete prepared, not for the NCAAs, but for World Championships.
wow.
Yeah, he goes to these meets and he does like one jump. He does a shorter run up and all of that. They're not stressing him out at all. They're saving him for a lot later this year. Another Jamaican in the field, Roger Stoner, sort of came out of nowhere. We know him from a boys' champs point of view, but he threw 67.02 meters to win the discus, which automatically qualifies him for the World Championships. And he's like in the top 10 in the world right now. So look out for Roger Stoner in the discus. And Shanika Ricketts, she's always second in the triple jump. And she won here at 14.06 meters. So Jamaicans are doing well in the field, on the track, in the hurdles, all over the place. It's not just about the sprinters anymore. And we're going to see if they can continue to spread it that way. In Botswana, last weekend, the young man that everybody's talking about, Amanyala from Kenya, he won the
Manala,
100
yeah.
meters in 9.78. So he's definitely one to look out for. Wind assisted, though. So let's see.
He
He
was
defeat,
disqualified and then now got it back, right?
that's what they're saying. You know what? It's 100 meters. I think he stepped
Stepped
two,
on the
two,
line.
two strides, maybe in the lane beside him. But he was
Hmm.
ahead. He didn't impede anybody.
Right.
So the guy that came second is Tobogo from Botswana. And I don't even think he complained. He could not have won the race. Um, yeah, they're making a big deal out of nothing, Ingle, to tell the truth. Um,
Yeah, I
it's
watched the
only a
race and
problem.
I didn't see the big deal.
Yeah, it's only a problem when you impede somebody and he never impeded anybody. But yeah, he did step over the line. It's a 100-meter race, so he wasn't taking a shorter distance or anything like that. So I don't know what they're making a lot of noise for. But yeah, he's looking well. Tobogo did come back in the 200 meters though, and remember he's the world junior champion. 991. Now he ran 19.87 to win that 200
Hmm.
meter, and he's also going to be in the mix this year. Very relaxed runner, looking really, really good. In that meet, though, and a lot of people didn't talk about it, Shakari Richardson was there in the 200 meters. And she ran, in my opinion, English. She ran at 150, and
Yeah.
couldn't make it all the way down. But she was leading by far, and then she slowed down, or she got tired. And Kayla White, also American, came by, defeated her, running 22:38. Shakari ended up in 22.54. But we also saw another young man, Samu Konga. He ran 43.922 in the 400 meters. So a lot of new names that are popping out of Africa now. 43.9 early in the season is awesome, and let's see how he does as the year goes on. Other things that there was Drake relays and Penn relays last weekend as well, and on the Penn relays, the boys dominated from a Jamaican point of view, winning the 4x1,
Hmm.
4x4, and the same thing happened here. They won the 4x1, 4x4, both of them by Heidel, with Alana Reed on the 4x1 and Anika Makana from the 4x4. So Heidel, kudos to them. Small little school, doing extremely well, taking two Penn relays. Awesome, awesome for them. Like the boys, the 4x8, Jamaica was second. Edwin Allen was second in that race to an American team. Just like how the boys, Kingston College was second on the line to an American team, Chatham. So apparently it was nice single, but it was raining and there was no more
Okay.
USA versus the world. So it's losing its sting. It's causing a lot of conversations about should the Jamaican teams continue to go there. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Economically, they said it makes sense from a Jamaican overall point of view, but I think for the athletes, it's not the same. Now we have the LSU meet, which is a competitor to this, and a lot of the teams stopped going to Penn and now going to LSU. So we'll see. It's a watered down meet, and when it's watered down, you just never know.
Is it a good thing for them to go to in terms of scholarships so that scouts can see them?
It was, but now all of these
No.
coaches are coming to Jamaica and the boys champs and winning
Oh,
from
okay.
there. So before
So,
they had to go to them, now Jamaica's so good now that they're coming to us.
mhm.
So it's a little different, and
So
but
it's not.
it's still good for that. They may get opportunities to meet people, and so it's still good for that, but not as much as before, for
Okay,
sure.
gotcha.
Of course, some news and notes, and the big news, and this one, and England not even kidding me. It took me like half a day to recover from this one. But Tori Bowie, world champion, Olympic medalist, Olympic champion in the relays, and only 32-year-old, she died. She
It was
died.
shocking. It was shocking. When I saw the
Right.
news, I didn't. When I saw it first, I thought it was fake news. So
Me
I,
too.
as usual, went and checked
Yeah,
legitimate sites and everything to make sure.
it was all
And
there.
it's sad, and I did not even expect to wake up to hear something like that.
I know, and that's the thing
Hmm.
about it too. It's what I woke up to. I think was
Yeah,
the difficult part. But at 32, she had accomplished a lot. One of my favorite US runners, and suicide. They're saying,
yeah. I'm seeing a lot of different things, and they said
yeah,
suicide. I saw something says suicide. I
mental health.
even, yeah, even saw some report that claimed that she could have been pregnant.
I
Yeah,
saw that too. That's what I did. I'm gonna call around today and confirm that one. I didn't get a
yeah,
chance to get because I saw it late and I didn't get a chance to get an answer from somebody I could trust. But I
yeah,
saw that too that she was pregnant and it's like whoa.
yeah. And the
Because
neighbors were saying it's constant fighting and loud between herself and the neighbors. So yeah, I'm not
okay,
sure.
yeah, I know they said a few years ago. Well, she got into a fight with Shauna Miller once and a big fight. I think Shauna Miller beat her up and busted up her
Wow.
face and all of that. And then she went to the U.S. Chula Vista camp and they kicked her out, said she owed $60,000 or something like that, which I found really strange because she was at the time the top sprinter. That I heard that she had problems, like she went to the bank and, she was doing crazy stuff there. And then, she had to take a psychiatric break. So I don't know if she
Wow.
went to get treatment somewhere. So some things have been going on with her since she was a champion. And very unfortunate because it sounds like she really had some mental issues, and I'm just not sure. But she was a lovely, lovely young lady when she was running, and I don't know. She hasn't done anything recently, but she ran up to last year, and nothing
Right.
special. But
Mhm.
it's sad, really, really,
It
really
is. It
sad.
is very very sad.
And I'm hoping, if these athletes, cause there's a lot of stress that comes in being a top athlete in the world, and if you're having challenges out there, just talk to someone, get help you need, and yeah, yeah. I'm still in shocking to tell the truth.
No, it is a big shock. And I can imagine, especially you being close and meeting these
Yeah,
people and knowing them personally.
exactly. Yeah, and she's only
Yeah,
32, so
yeah,
it's just mind blowing. But yeah, we hope for the best for her family, and I hope she's resting in peace.
yeah.
Um, in other news and notes, Putin and I don't know, this political games is something else. So Russia's deciding that they're going to have what they call the Empire Friendship Games right after the Olympics next year. So it's like, what is this about? So it's like, here we go again, politics and sports, but let's see if it actually happens. I'm not sure
Hmm.
who is going to be going there, but yeah, they plan to have a friendship games in 2024 right after the Olympics.
Yeah. With
So
is it how? So how many countries are they gonna have? Invite
I don't know.
everyone?
I don't know. Who's gonna, yeah, that's what they're saying. Is they're gonna invite everyone, but I don't know who's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
show.
Who's gonna show to that? Yeah.
Crazy, crazy stuff. But going on today, England, back to on the track stuff. The Atlanta Games goes today. This was formerly the Boston Street Meet, so they moved it now. It's called the Atlanta Games, and it's gonna be huge. They have a huge 150-meter race. Noah Lyles is gonna take on Arian Knighton and Ferdinand Amanyala. So we just spoke about him. He's there, and he's gonna be taking on Noah Lyles and Knighton over that 150. So that should be really, really good to watch later today. And on the women's side too, Gabby Thomas is there in the 150 as well. So it's a lot of good races, I must say, in the Atlanta Games today. There's going to be live streaming on our Adidas YouTube channel. So if you have time this afternoon,
Hmm.
around 4 o'clock, you could probably take a look at that. But I'm telling you, the Atlanta Games should be hot, really, really hot today.
Good.
Also going on today is what I call the East Coast Classic, taking place over there in Baltimore. Sanjay Ayer, who used to run for Jamaica, he's the one who is the meet director there, and he's bringing up all the high school runners from Jamaica to take on the Americans that are doing well, or those that are in America. So Alana Reid, the champion from Jamaica, ran 10:92. She's going to take on Adeja Hodge. So that's going to be a
Okay.
huge 100-meter race. Adeja Hodge just ran 11.11, but she's a tough competitor, so that should be a hot 100 meters. Isam Asinga, we just spoke about him too. He's going to be there, and he's going to take on Brian Level, who was supposed to be Jamaica's number one, but he got injured, and Buwaji and Kumi won. Let's see if Level is back, and he's going to be in that 100 meters against Singa and Adrian Carr, who just ran 10.22 just over 2 weeks ago. So it should be a hot, hot, hot race over there in the East Coast Classic. Although there's rumors that it is, although not raining, it is a little chilly. So I'm not sure how fast those times are going to be. We also have some news coming out about the Racers Grand Prix, and again, my favorite athlete, Gabby Thomas. She's scheduled
Hmm.
now to go to take on Sharika Jackson at 200 meters, while Christian Coleman, he's going up against Oblique Seville and Akeem Blake, along with Buaji and Krumi in the 100 meters. So June 3rd, the Racers Grand Prix is going to be hot,
It's
hot,
gonna be
hot.
hot. Yeah.
I'm saying, whoa, talk about hot. So we'll see how that one goes.
Any news on Shelly and when she's gonna make her debut?
It's interesting
Right.
to see. She's scheduled to go next weekend over there in Africa, the Kip
Okay.
Keino Classic over there. Let's see if she goes. But yeah, she's supposed to be there, Kip Keino Classic over there in Kenya next weekend.
One other question on track and field before you wrap up there. Kiptum, do you think he's gonna break the world record? I'm sure you spoke about it last week because we
Yeah,
went solo.
the truth is,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think anybody could tackle the world record holder there. It's like, oh my God, where is this young man coming from? This
Yeah.
is like his third marathon, and he's always under 2 hours and 2 minutes. So it's like this guy, the sky's the limit for him. He has so much more to give.
Yeah, he's just 24, right?
Yeah, it's I don't know. Kipchoge,
Yeah,
he's
Kipchoge.
38, I think. He's gonna have to look out.
Yeah,
He's gonna have to look out because this kid is coming for him.
he is. And if both of them in a race together, it's gonna be
I think if the
something
conditions are
special.
right, it's gonna be a guaranteed marathon, like, guaranteed under 2 minutes, 2 hours,
2 hours, yeah,
guaranteed. World record is gonna go.
for sure. So we've got about 6 minutes left on the show. So I don't know if you're finished with the track and field, we can
Yes, that's
just
about it. There's a lot going on
talk.
in track, as you know, and a lot happening even today. So a lot to look
No?
forward to.
Some big news though in football.
Yes, there is so much going on. Napoli won the Serie A title for the first time in 33 years, and I
Hmm.
think they're still celebrating over there in Italy. But we also have the other leagues. We have Bayern Munich looking like they're going to find a way to win in Germany.
Yeah.
Barcelona seems as if they're going to win in Spain. PSG looks like they're going to win in France. And of course, the big one, Premier League over there in England, Manchester City,
Oh.
driver's seat now over Arsenal. It's going to be very, very interesting to see if they're going to falter at this stage, but I doubt it. I think Man
No,
City is going to win. I don't know. Have you given up on Arsenal too?
I've given up on Arsenal. I think Man City leads 2-0 at halftime over Leeds, so they're
Yeah,
not gonna. They're
they're not
not
going to
gonna.
falter.
That no, I think Arsenal just reminded me of that saying. You know, the race is not for the swift.
Those are the endurers, and
Yeah,
they couldn't do it.
they
We
couldn't.
talked about it all year that they're going to, at some point, they're going to start failing, and they waited until the last
The
minute to do
last
it.
minute.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
what's wrong with these people? But as you
Mm.
mentioned, some big, well, it's big rumors coming out. They're saying now, England, I'm not sure if it is true or not. Ronaldo, he's not happy over there in Saudi Arabia,
Right.
and he
Yeah.
wants to come back to the English Premier League. And a lot of people are saying he wants to actually go back to Manchester United. So I'm not sure.
That's what they're saying, that he's coming back to the next year to the EPL. So
Yeah, but Newcastle already came out and said, listen, I don't think it's going to be me. I don't think I can afford this guy. Because, he went to Saudi Arabia and he automatically became the number one paid athlete in the
in the world.
world.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's not so happy there. So he's thinking about coming back. And he's not so young either. So it's going to be interesting to see who would take him at that big salary. But also, they're saying Neymar. As you know, he's not getting along so great over there in France with Mbappe. And although they have the great lineup with Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar, they haven't really won the Champions League, so they're not performing as expected. So they're saying he's on his way to the English Premier League. So if they both show up, Ingle, I don't know what to say, but everybody, all eyes on the English Premier League next year if that is
Yeah,
true.
Premier, yeah, it'd be great. And Messi, as you talk about the PSG, Messi, he went to Saudi on an
Yeah,
unauthorized trip, so he
that
was
was funny actually.
suspended for a couple of games.
I know the funny thing about it because they're saying he's an ambassador for the Saudi Tourism Authority, and
Mm,
he went there. I mean, he said he didn't tell them. Um, but you know what? He said he had to make the trip for contractual reasons. He
right.
had canceled it before. Now he had to go, and he had assumed he had a day off. So from his part, he didn't think he did anything wrong, but he did apologize and apologize to the team. And I guess he's taking his final suspension. 2 weeks sounds like it's a little excessive just for
It
doing
sounds
that.
excessive, yeah,
But they're
but
saying there are reports emerging now that he's set to leave the club in the summer. So I think they're more pissed off about that than anything else.
hmm,
'Cause before he had said he's staying. Now they're
right.
saying he's not staying anymore. He's going to be out of here. So I think that's the reason why they're going so hard at him for just taking a little trip to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's more than that, yeah. Because I was wondering the same thing. Was it for some talks? I didn't realize he was an ambassador, but
Yeah, he's an ambassador there. So he was just doing his job.
mhm,
And it's not like he had a game or anything. So it's like, why would you suspend him for 2 weeks for that? But I don't know. He's
mm,
gone. Where's he going to go? Barcelona is saying maybe it's not us. We can't afford him. I don't know where he's going to go. But people like that,
yeah.
Ingle, if you have to find the millions to pay them, you'll find it from
You'll
somewhere,
find it. You'll find the money to pay them if you have to, for sure.
wherever it's coming from.
Yeah. Well, we're just about out of time. Another week of the Roger and Engel Sports Hour on the Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. And actually, I was listening to sat in the outside in the cafe last night, and there was a band playing, and they were playing a lot of Afrobeats.
That's the way to go. Afrobeats is
Yeah,
slowly taking over the world.
it is. Yeah.
So, you know,
So listen after, and to the people at Love Bay, thanks for the birthday greetings. I just saw the belated birthday greetings, so thank you very much. And
there you
yeah,
go. Love Bay on the ball.
Love Bay on the ball, and still celebrating in St. Kitts. So
Wow. I should be like you, get 2 weeks of celebration for your birthday.
2 weeks, of course. You got to do that next time.
I only get a day. I gotta work, figure out
Mm,
how to get 2 weeks.
no, go to Jamaica. I'll join you.
There you go. Oh, we should go
Yeah,
together for sure.
yeah, for sure.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome chat as always. Enjoy listening to Afrobeat music and Afrobeat talk and everything Afrobeat. Music, sports, talk, everything on Love Bay Radio. Have a great weekend, everyone.